Okay, top of the morning to everybody. Your man Diamond K in here, radioonfire.com. Diamond K in the morning, the all new radioonfire.com, where we deliver the biggest political and trending news stories of the day with interviews, original reporting from Atlanta and Baltimore. Show is upbeat, show is fun, but I also want to expose what is really happening in America. New episodes dropping weekdays, 8 a.m., but I don't want you to miss our live broadcast. In addition to our 8 a.m. program, we drop content throughout the day as news happens. So hit that notification bell so you get an alert whenever we go live. You can support the program, Diamond K in the morning, via Cash App, $ DJ Diamond K, or PayPal, djdiamondk@gmail.com, or you can make a donation at radioonfire.com. So a lot of things going on, a lot of things to get into. Later on in the show, we're going to be joined by the beautiful Mahogany Brown. She's going to talk about her upcoming event, Pretty Girls Love Trap Music, the day party, which is happening this weekend on Saturday. So we're going to be joined by her later on in the show for a chat. So CNN, Fox News, Newsmax, all of these major news stations are in a slump since Donald Trump has left office, since Election Day. You know, it's like the Super Bowl, you know, NFL Network, for instance. People watching during football season. People are watching football, and it builds up to that climax of the Super Bowl. And then if you look at the viewership of the NFL channel, boom, goes straight down. NFL, that's what happens. Now, if we look at the NBA, same thing. Basketball season is going to be higher, and then it's going to go lower. So folks are really making a big deal, some circles. CNN losing 1 million viewers a night on an average since Trump left office. Now, part of the problem, or part of the reason, is that people were worried about what was happening, what was going to happen. And somebody like Trump, an egomaniac on, news headlines every day for trifling incompetence or brash rudeness or whatever, that doesn't exist as much now. And so people are not on it as they were before. Because, I mean, it's just things are a little bit more cooled off. His departure from office, it has resulted in declines from various news outlets. CNN, as I said, just one of those. According to these reports, since Trump has left office, viewership is down nearly 50% in the 24 to 54 age group. That's because a president has been elected who is, kind of regular. And I think that's what America needs right now. So the primetime viewership has dropped 36%, with primetime viewership of adults between the ages of 24 and 54 dropping 47% since Election Day. And that's because this was built up to a crescendo. It's nothing to be worried about. And don't give Donald Trump any undue credit. Like this is a reason to bring him back. News outlets, the main thing that you watch on there is the news. And if the president is not crazy and talking crazy, you may not be watching the news as much, and things kind of go back into a holding pattern. So Fox News also suffering ratings declines. The Fox Corp responded to reports that their total day and primetime ratings dropped 13% since the election. This is normal. The election was the Super Bowl. So Fox thinks that it's due to their audience being disappointed. That is not true. If that was the case, then why would CNN's numbers be down as well? Right? So this is because people were burnt out by this election nonsense, politics of it, and some people just checked out. A lot of people that were tuning in are not normally news watchers, right? Not normally news watchers. The CEO of Warner Media, which is the parent company of CNN, said that the company is doing well, and viewership is up because of the COVID-19 pandemic. People watching that and watching for information. Turns out that the pandemic is a pretty big part of the news cycle. So, and that's not going away anytime soon. So the focus shifting to that. If you take a look at the ratings and the performance of the network CNN, it's doing well. It's just not as high as it once was. In 2020, CNN had its most watched primetime ratings ever. 2020 election cycle, and Fox News had its best viewership year ever amid the pandemic as well. So the 2020 election, big for ratings, and this is something that we knew. I think that we knew it was a very crazy time. Just tuning in, Don McKay in the morning on the all-new radioonfire.com. You can get Diamond K in the morning via the WRF Radio app. Simply download WRF Radio in your app stores, wherever you get your apps from, and you can scroll your timeline, attend a Zoom meeting, shop, send an email, all while listening to Diamond K in the morning. And wherever you get your podcast, you can just simply download Diamond K in the morning. Just search us, and we are right there. Now, the virus has begun to surge. COVID-19 virus has begun to surge in Europe. And this is something that America needs to be concerned with. So we're going to do this. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of the program after this. Radio on Fire is a listener-supported radio and podcast network streaming from our production facilities in Baltimore and Atlanta. We're able to broadcast programs like The Diamond K Show because of our listeners and some amazing partners like The Lifestyle Secrets. Are you a baby boomer? Were you born between 1946 and 1964? Well, more than 71 million Americans are baby boomers. And as you're continuing to age, the goal is to experience as few aches and pains as possible while staying mobile. TheLifestyleSecrets.com helps you do just that by providing a blueprint to reduce and or eliminate joint pain by teaching its members to communicate naturally with their bodies. TheLifestyleSecrets.com gives baby boomers step-by-step videos, natural recipes, and most importantly, the motivation to re-energize themselves naturally. Visit TheLifestyleSecrets.com to join this active community of baby boomers today. And I encourage you to shop with all the companies that support Radio on Fire. Before we get back to the show, have you ever had a NutriBurst liquid vitamin? This stuff tastes great, and they say it's great for you. NutriBurst liquid vitamin. Now, my girl Moochie told me about this, and me and Moochie go way back. She said, Diamond K, you have got to try this. So I asked Moochie, what's so special about NutriBurst liquid vitamin? What makes it so good? Then she gave me the rundown. Check this out. 72 minerals, 10 vitamins, 22 phytonutrients, 19 amino acids, 13 whole vegetables, and 20 herbs. Get your NutriBurst liquid vitamin today at totallifechanges.com/mymoochie. That's totallifechanges.com/mymoochie. Tell them Radio on Fire sent you.
Giving you more talk, more news, and more music. It's Radio on Fire.
This pandemic has really sped up what was already happening. The world has become even more digital. Folks are on their computers, their tablets, their phones, all the time. This is where people go to get their information. Here at Radio on Fire, our target listener is 23 to 54 years old. So business owners, I know times are hard, but I also know how important it is to get in front of your customers. Advertise your business, product, service, or event on Diamond K in the Morning or any of the other Radio on Fire programs. We have an affordable package for you. Visit radioonfire.com/advertise to get started. Again, radioonfire.com/advertise. We'd love to connect with you. So we are back. Diamond K in the Morning, radioonfire.com. Joe Biden is endorsing reforming the Senate filibuster. I personally think they need to get rid of that outdated mechanism. Many Democrats are hoping that Joe Biden's endorsement for changing this filibuster to one in which a senator actually has to talk for potentially hours on end could mean greasing the wheels for major progressive priorities. What am I saying? It is time for the government to get rid of some of these things that are just outdated and getting in the way and stopping the government from doing things. I mean, we send people into office, send them into Congress to get things done. Things are at a stalemate because of technicalities, outdated mechanisms, like the filibuster and things like that. So if we don't get this crap out of the way, we're going to continue to have what they call gridlock. Nobody wants gridlock. It is an increasing number of Senate Democrats that feel that a talking filibuster would make it harder for Republicans to stand in the way of every piece of legislation. The talking filibuster, they just, some of these older Americans that we send into Congress, they just don't want to get with the change. Talking filibuster, it's time to get rid of the filibuster. Boom, gone. If the Democrats want to live in the Capitol, they can do that, right? But if we send people there, we want you to get something done. Republicans already plotting on a way how they can hold things up, continuing with the gridlock Senate minority leader, the piece of crap Mitch McConnell, is trying to, and they're scared of this guy. They just let him do things, let him say things. And, I don't understand why they're scared of him. You need to give these Republicans what they've been giving you. Filibuster is still making a mockery of American democracy, making a mockery. The filibuster is still being misused as a way for some senators to block legislation that is urgently needed and strongly supported by the majority of the American people. I think it's time for the filibuster to go by way of dial-up internet. In the past, something in the past. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. And so I've been talking about this, and I said that the virus is surging. The coronavirus is surging in Europe. Many places in the continent of Europe, they are shutting things down. They're starting to get back into lockdown mode as this virus surges. Does that mean that we're next? We could be. Many things that have happened in Europe with regards to COVID-19 has, just foreshadowed what we were going to eventually deal with. Authorities say what's happening in the continent of Europe should serve as a warning against ignoring social distancing and the face coverings and the other safeguards too early, too soon. Now, I understand that people are optimistic. I understand that as more folks are getting vaccinated, people are feeling comfortable, feeling good about themselves, and deaths have plummeted. States are easing restrictions and opening up the vaccines to younger adults. I get it. But as I said, in Europe, the dread is setting in with another wave of infections. They're closing schools, closing cafes, and bringing in new lockdowns. This ain't where we want to go, even though I don't think kids need to be back in school until September, but that's neither here nor there. The pandemic is creating paths in both of our continents that can be linked in part to the much successful, I'll give them credit. I'm not ready to take it yet, but the vaccine rollout has been successful thus far. But in Europe, things are getting out of hand. Now, we don't want to be caught off guard with a sharp spike in new infections, hospitalizations that several European countries have faced in the past few weeks. Italy closed most of its classrooms at the beginning of this week and expanded areas where restaurants and cafes can do only takeout or delivery. You remember that. That's not where you want to go. In France, officials imposed weekend lockdowns around the French Riviera in the south and the English Channel in the north, and are preparing new restrictions for Paris, perhaps to be announced later on today. So Serbia announced a nationwide lockdown for the rest of the week. The country has about 7 million people and reported more than 5,000 new cases on Tuesday. So we're paying attention. European Union overall vaccination efforts lag far behind those of Britain and America because of shortages and other issues. So roughly 1 in every 5 people in the U.S. has received at least 1 dose. While European countries, it's fewer than 1 of every 10. So we're going to watch these details and all of that. COVID-19 vaccine has been helpful with at least boosting morale here in America. European nations haven't vaccinated as quickly, and that is what they're dealing with there. So definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire, Diamond K in the morning if you are just tuning in. So let's get to a little bit of Baltimore news. Mayor Brandon Scott got his vaccine. I think that's cool. It's something that if you want your constituents to believe in the vaccine, you got to get the vaccine. So he got the vaccine, the mayor, and he announced loosening restrictions, which is going to be effective next week. So aiming to set that example, he did this. So city employees and city residents got to witness Mayor Brandon Scott getting his COVID-19 shot yesterday. Got the Johnson & Johnson shot outside of a vaccination clinic. So that was at Baltimore City Community College. The mayor said that he's feeling great, feels 100%, and actually feeling that he can go run and lift some weights now, he said. We've lost over 800 people, the mayor continued, in this city to COVID-19, and what I just did will save people's lives. So the mayor stressed the importance that residents exercise continued vigilance until they can get vaccinated. So he did that, and let's talk about some of these loosening of restrictions in Baltimore. So effective next Friday, which is March the 26th, capacity limits will ease to 50% at houses of worship, stores, malls, recreation facilities, gyms, casinos, libraries, museums, the Maryland Zoo, and the National Aquarium. Hookah and cigar lounges will be able to open their retail areas at 50%, but will not be able to allow smoking. Amateur sports will be allowed with guidelines. Fitness centers and gyms will be limited to 10 people or 25% occupancy, which is fewer, actually. Indoor dining will be limited at 50% capacity, while outdoor dining will be limited to 75% capacity. Any tents must be open on 4 sides. Restaurants must keep logs for contact tracing purposes. Okay, so we're continuing with some of the restrictions that are going to be eased next week in Baltimore City. Personnel service businesses like hair salons, barbershops, etc., may be open up to 50% capacity, and for appointment only. Like restaurants, they need to maintain a log of customers and staff. The mayor said and maintained that he decided not to follow Governor Larry Hogan's recent reopening order, which lifted capacity restrictions in nearly all cases. And he says that it was not a snub at the Republican governor. It was based both on city metrics and on timing. Up until now, the city has been reevaluating its restrictions every 4 weeks. However, the city will now reassess its data every 2 weeks. So that's what's going on there. And later on tonight, Brandon Scott is going to deliver the first State of the City address. That is 7 p.m. And we will be covering that here, carrying that live on radioonfire.com, also on our Facebook, Radio on Fire's Facebook, and our other outlets. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow morning. The mayor has also spoken out in recent days about the violence and incidents, the targeting. And it's just some cases allegedly carried out by young people. So hopefully he's going to touch on some of that tonight in his State of the City address. Diamond K in the morning. We're going to talk a little bit about what is happening in Atlanta. Been hearing a lot about that. Let's take a quick break and come back with more after this. And we are back, Diamond K in the morning on the all-new radioonfire.com. Yesterday, we saw the Atlanta Police Department and some other jurisdictions hold a press conference about the fatal spa shootings. And the shootings, as we talked about, at 3 massage parlors in Atlanta Tuesday night, which left 8 people dead, 6 of them reportedly Asian women. So there's been talk, was this racially motivated? The suspect is letting people know it's not racially motivated. He had a sex addiction. And I really have to talk about the way that he was brought into custody after having killed 8 people and had a weapon on him. Brought into custody, no problem, no issue, no nothing. But we still have unarmed men and women, black, brown people killed, many of these times without a weapon. And here we have this accused murderer of 8 people. He's brought into custody so easily, so casually. It is very, very frustrating when we see that. Very frustrating. And I wanted to bring that up. Uh, and the way that they're going to probably try to spin this, authorities say that this suspect in this deadly shooting admitted to carrying out this rampage, and he was on his way to Florida. Officials, not surprisingly, suspecting that he would have harmed more people. As tragic as this was, it could have been significantly worse. His parents assisting in this. Suspect said that he had some issues, potentially sexual addiction, the Cherokee County Sheriff Frank Reynolds said. And the fact that he also said that it was a bad day for the killer. I mean, almost like it was dismissing, almost like it was saying it was understandable he was having a bad day and killed a few people. It was a bad day. I mean, when I have a bad day, when you have a bad day, that's usually not the result, right? The sheriff's office identified the suspect as a 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long, taken into custody 150 miles south of Atlanta. And we got to see Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and some other officials speaking about it. I thought that the mayor she's just a class act in the way she handles things. The suspect is facing held without bond. Okay, they believe that he was acting alone. Faces an aggravated assault charge. A Hispanic man shot in the Cherokee County, tragedy, was in stable condition at a hospital. The targeted businesses were not on the Atlanta Police Department's radar. I don't understand what they mean by radar. What business is on your radar? But they were operating legally, and we can't take the words of this accused murderer. The 6 victims identified as of Asian descent, 4 of Korean descent. This other victim. I mean, it's just really crazy that we clearly have something going on that was sparked up by the former president, and a lot of people are feeling the effects of this. No one wants to say it. This string of shootings started Tuesday evening, and the shootings then went on to span across the different areas of Georgia. So we've been seeing instances where young people, different ages, have been assaulting Asian people, punching them, kicking them, doing all types of things. And that is something that is, as of late, has been on the rise. I mean, there's been all types of crimes. People are, you have those crimes, and then you have other crimes of in the city. People maybe not doing as well because of the pandemic, various things. Investigations are going. We're going to continue to see a rise in these things. And I think that that's something that the Biden administration is trying to curb with the checks. But $1,400 and whatever they're giving, the $3,000, $3,600, whatever they're giving to tax breaks for kids, that's not going to stop this violence. We have to figure out what's going to curb some of this violence that we are seeing throughout cities in America. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back with Mahogany Brown. She's going to talk to us about her upcoming event, Pretty Girls Love Trap Music, which happens this weekend in Baltimore. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Mahogany Brown on Diamond K in the morning. And we are back as promised. My special guest is in the building. She is a media personality. She is an entrepreneur. She is an all-around great person. Please welcome to the show, Mahogany Brown. How you doing?
Hey, Dominique, how you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. So you have an event coming up, and I know that you are excited about it for many reasons.
Yes.
Let's talk first about this event, and where does this concept come from?
Pretty girls love trap music. Okay, so I love trap music. Let's just start there. And one thing about trap music that we all can agree on is pretty girls love trap music. I wanted to have a event where the age group of 25 to 40 can go to a venue and enjoy the vibes of trap music, but not get the young trap crowd. So I thought it was a good idea to kind of use my crowd, which is between the ages of 25 to 45, and give them an event just for them. I have two events that I do: a Girls Need Love R&B only party, and my Girls Need Pretty Girls Love Trap Music party. And it's just girls, like-minded, positive, influential individuals in the community that do great things. And sometimes we just like to trap it out, like.
I get you. So this is going down this weekend.
Yes.
320, and that's going to be at Sangria Patio Bar in Baltimore, 930 North Charles Street. So this is a day party.
Yes, I only do day parties now because I love the concept of a day party. I don't like to be out too late. And around 12 o'clock, I'm looking at my clock because I'm over it. So I only do day parties now. I'm anywhere from 5 to 9, 4 to 8.
Right. And that makes sense. So for people that have not gone to a party like this, may have not even gone to a day party, what's the vibe like?
Okay, so it's real chills. You don't have to come in high heels or a dress elegant at all. Be cute, be pretty, a pretty girl, and just be yourself. So whatever that means, I create an environment where it's unique to just be yourself, and enjoy yourself. So it's trap vibes. So be ready to listen to all the trap music. I'm talking.
So are we playing the cusses or no?
Oh, we definitely gonna cuss. Yeah, we
Okay.
definitely. I think that's a part of trap. The only reason why I put this together is just a lot of my friends, even my older friends, even 40 and older, they like Future, they like Pooh Shiesty, they like Moneybagg Yo, they like the music. We clean up to it sometimes on Saturday morning, vibe out, or when we in the car.
It gets you pumped up. It really does.
Or sometimes when you're in your car, you feel like a trap star, like you whipping it up, So I was like, hey, this got a ring to it. Yeah. And when Future dropped the album, I think Pretty Girls Love Trap Music, or it was like a song. This was several years ago. I presented the idea to a venue.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. So I presented the idea to the venue, and it was like, it's okay. It sounds good, but I don't think really, anybody's gonna kind of vibe to it. I said, crazy. Okay. And I kind of took it on myself, and everyone sell out.
Yeah.
Like, I dropped this event last Wednesday. Sections sold out by last Friday, and almost, so it's free. So you got to anticipate the percentages of being free. But Facebook has shut me down for marketing. So I have a 10,000 emailing list that I just market that I've gotten throughout the years of promoting and doing my events. So I blasted to my 10,000 followers that always come to support me one way or another. And 1,000 of them immediately got tickets. So I'm not sure how many people come in. I'm not even sure who coming, who pulling up. I've had all different people come and call me. I've had local phenomenal, well-named artists reach out to me, say I want to perform. So the lineup is crazy. I'm not sure how it's going to end, but one thing I can guarantee is a good time.
What do you mean Facebook shut you down? What was going on there?
Well, Facebook not allowing me to pay for promotions anymore. I can't promote through Facebook, and they asked me for my taxes. I think I got from my events. I made quite great money from all that I do my events. So they like, you gotta pay Uncle Sam. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? So they don't let me promote on Facebook anymore. So I can only do direct marketing through all the emails addresses that I already have.
Yeah. That's all good. And I mean, you got a very nice name out there. People like to support your events and support you and all of that. And I definitely encourage them to do that. So once again, Pretty Girls Love Trap Music, and that is going down on Sunday, March the 20th, Sangria Patio Bar in Baltimore. 9:30 North Charles Street, 4 to 8 p.m. This day party is going to be lit. So what comes after this? What's next?
Okay, so my next event, I'm going to do the R&B night brunch that's coming up on the calendar. They always do really well. Always have some kind of local artist. I'm a big supporter of local talent. I'm an advocate for Baltimore. I don't think Baltimore get the highlight that they deserve. Baltimore put a lot of people on. If you want to talk numbers or if you want to talk records, our style, our food, our culture, our influence on the world. So I always try to bring local talent to amplify how dope Baltimore is. So my R&B night brunch, I usually bring in a local R&B artist come in. I'm actually have someone playing the saxophone during that event as well. Very sexy, elegant. So it's a Dress to Impress night brunch. That's going to be April. And then I'm doing a large celebration for June 19th called a Juneteenth event. The theme is Chucks and Pearls, commending Kamala Harris for being the first Black female vice president and supporting Black excellence. So all my events usually tie into some kind of Black excellence, support our own, and my motto, which is each of us need all of us. And that's just how I like to maneuver. At least 10% of my proceeds, sometimes more, go to my nonprofit organization called Helping the Women of Tomorrow Today. And I do this just not for myself, for my community. We should always have a place that we can enjoy ourselves, have a great time, and take away a great time from a great event.
That is excellent. And I really like how you tie in so many different things to your themes and your events. I mean, your love for Baltimore is well known, and and just much appreciated. How can people stay in touch with you and continue to support your movements and get on your mailing list and all that?
Absolutely. So if any of my events, if you register on Eventbrite, they all, most of 9 times out of 10, they're usually free. I get your email and you'll be on my emailing list, and you get all exclusive access to any of my events dropping. You can find me on all social media platforms at Mahogany Brown, Mahogany Brown. And my number's on the flyer. I'm very transparent. Don't call me if it's not about business. I believe in working with anyone in the community. And remember that, each of us need all of us. So I'm here to help you, and hopefully you are there to help me as well to push my mission in the city.
Wonderful. And again, the event goes down this weekend, March the 20th. Sangria Patio Bar, 9:30 North Charles Street, 4 to 8 p.m. Pretty Girls Love Trap Music. I am so glad that you took a moment to chop it up with me. Whenever you have an event, I really want you to come on the show and just talk about it. Give me a couple minutes, the listeners.
Absolutely. I also want to plug one of our sponsors for this event is is a nonprofit organization of a football team. So they now have $20 raffle tickets. The $20 raffle tickets goes towards their equipment, to their uniforms, and the raffle is actually to get a brand new car.
Okay.
So if you want to support, or if you want more information on a raffle, don't mind hitting me up. But this is a big thing to me. You know how I am about the community and children. It means a lot to me. So if you got $20 to support, you may want to spend that on a drink or lunch. Or instead of buying a ticket to a party Saturday, come to mine for free and just do a $20 donation or whatever you can donate to support these young boys in doing something great. We always hear headlines of young men doing negative, so let's support the positive.
Right, and like you said, and it's for a good cause.
Absolutely,
for a good cause. Again, thank you, Mahogany Brown. Much love to you and all that you do. Let's stay in touch, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you, Dom. Again, you know, I love Radio on Fire. It's where I basically all begin on my media path. So I look forward to working with you guys in the near future.
Absolutely. All right.
All
Talk
right.
to you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right. You know what it is. You're at Diamond K. We are back. Diamond K in the morning on the all new radioonfire.com. So we put it out there. And the question of the day for yesterday was, I'm going to say it was a simple one. It wasn't too complicated. It wasn't that intricate. The question was, is an official time with the kids agreement needed when co-parenting? And so I was wondering this because I know folks who have agreements in place. Dad gets every other weekend, mom keeps the kids. And I was wondering, is this something that everybody does? Or, some people just, dad comes by whenever, dad says he's coming, doesn't come, or does come, and I wanted to know the experience of people and whether that was something that was done. So we got some interesting results. For the most part, people said no. They said no, that an official time with the kids agreement between the parents, I'm talking about, is not needed. They just do whatever. If dad wants to see the kids, he, hits up the mom and he sees the kids and vice versa. And I always think that it's better if we can have agreements that does not involve the law getting involved. It does not involve a judge getting involved. And I always talk about that with regards to child support. If the parents can come up with an agreement that does not involve the court system, that's usually better. Doesn't always happen, and I understand that, and I wish that it happened more often. Co-parenting is super important, and the way mom and dad get along can really help or hurt the child or children if they don't get along as well. It's not the end of the road. It's not a Boys to Men song, but it can really help in the progress and the growth of said children. So, so definitely thank you everybody that participated in that. Facebook.com/Radio on Fire, Facebook.com/The Diamond K Show to answer the question of the day. And sometimes I read comments on the air. So before we get out of here, let me say this. Kanye West is, with regards to his politics, I don't agree with him on his politics. I don't like his politics. He is ignorant when it comes to politics. Music and clothing and some of these other businesses, he's on point. All right. And that's what we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about some of the good things about rapper, entrepreneur Kanye West. So he's been involved in this back and forth with Forbes magazine and Forbes.com, that whole group that evaluates and this is the thing. It's a net worth. It's not an actual worth. It's a perceived thing, a perceived value of something, somebody. So it's not an actual amount of money. And I think sometimes people get confused about that. So the reports is that Kanye is worth nearly $7 billion. Now, Forbes, of course, listed him much lower, and he was very upset about that. And according to Forbes, he's been on this mission to raise his net worth. And Forbes is saying that this is based on magical thinking. But I do want the folks over at Forbes to understand that most of their charts are based on magical thinking. So they are trying to save face and discredit Kanye. And I actually support Kanye in this. They feel as though he's worth a third of the almost 7 billion. And I do not agree with that. We can go into some of their math. But multiple outlets reported that Kanye is the richest Black person in America. That would be a nice a nice thing. And here's the thing: people have to understand it's perception. The outlets have put this out there, and it has been received, and for the most part, accepted by the public. Net worth is something that is not liquid. It's not what you actually have. It's the value, perceived value. And we're dealing with things on the stock market. Something can have a perceived value that is high on Monday. Something can happen with the CEO or moves that the company made, and by Friday they could be in the gutter, not valuable anymore. Perceived value because of actions, moves, thoughts, words, tweets, anything can turn a very high evaluation into the basement. All right, magical thinking, as Forbes likes to say. What do people value your business as? Can your business be valuable if you have not yet sold anything? Yes. Yes. I mean, Forbes thinking in their attempt to save face. Let's use this for an example. Eddie Murphy's Coming to America 2 movie. It was sold to Amazon. Initially, they were going to put it out in a movie theater themselves. Pandemic happens. It's sold to Amazon Prime exclusively. Perceived value. No one had seen the movie. Amazon paid for the movie without anyone having seen it, without it having been released, because of the perceived value. Now, Forbes is going to say that Kanye is not, his net worth is not as high as it's being reported because of a deal with Gap where nothing has been sold yet. So they give him zero net worth for that. Does not make sense. Does not make sense. Even though his line with Gap comes out this summer, it definitely has a value. And yes, it could flop. It could. People could not buy it. It's true. I just don't think that is likely based on several things. But anyway, last night, multiple outlets report that Kanye West has a net worth of $6.6 billion. Where does this come from? His sneaker and his apparel business is valued at $3.2 billion to $4.7 billion. Bloomberg reported this first. So Kanye's deal making with two of the world's largest outfitters is paying off big time for this musician turned entrepreneur turned fashion designer turned politician. And he spent many years in debt. So things have definitely turned around for him. He has a sneaker situation with Adidas. And he has another situation with Gap. It's a good thing. And we knew that it was a good thing. It was something that sold. The Yeezys sell well. So there's a private document reviewed by Bloomberg and some others. And the value of the new Gap tie-up, which will hit stores this summer, could be worth as much as $97 million of that total. It's possible. So, I don't know. The bank document that we're talking about reveals the ambitions of this alliance. So that's the part that Forbes is talking about. It is on things that have not yet been sold, but they hope to emulate the success of the Adidas partnership. And that Adidas partnership, which has been successful, is something that really reflects on the evaluation of the Gap deal, the perceived sales. People that bought Yeezys, they're thinking that some of those folks are going to buy the Gap clothing. And that's what raised his net worth so much. And so Kanye West, who retains sole ownership and creative control of the Yeezy brand, signed a 10-year agreement last year to design and sell clothes for men, women, and kids under the Yeezy Gap label. And so Forbes magazine, when they're doing their evaluation of the Gap, the Yeezy Gap label, they give him 0. They said that that's worth 0. And they tried to link this to Donald Trump's inflation of his own net worth, and tried to link the two. And I don't link these two, right? It's not a link there. Another thing that is ironic about this is that Kanye is in the midst of a divorce, going through a divorce. The fact that he's raising his net worth so much is something that we're definitely going to probably find out about, because Kim Kardashian, potentially, who knows what their agreement is, she might get some of this money, and in Discovery, we may find out that, and he may cut it back, or I don't know. It's interesting. But when you talk about the success of Kanye West, the arrangement for this deal with Gap does not include footwear. So let's be clear on that. It's only clothing. Yeezy's partnership with Adidas is in place until 2026. So this is a long-term deal. This is not a small deal. This is a big thing, and this is worth way more than 0. Forbes is talking crazy. So Gap executives have placed a lot of trust in Kanye West. A lot of trust coming up with a deal like this. They're a San Francisco-based retailer. And if you didn't know, Gap owns Old Navy, Banana Republic, among other stores. And it has been closing their stores while putting money into e-commerce and activewear. So they're going to really dive into this digital world, as they should. A big part of their success was built on the what I call dinosaur model of malls, and they would have large stores inside of shopping malls and some standalone stores, and those models are going to really be reworked, modernized. More people are shopping online, as everyone knows. So investors instantly recognize the significance of the Kanye West collabo, and it affected their shares. Their shares up the most in at least 40 years when the deal was announced last year. That's not magic. That's perceived value because of this. So if their stock prices, their stock value went up just on the announcement of the deal is worth something. So Forbes trying to save face. So Kanye is really enjoying big success, and it's going to be more success. The new figures signal that Gap expects its Yeezy line, which it plans to launch this summer, to break 150 million in sales in its first full year in 2022, according to this document. Gap envisions it becoming a $1 billion revenue brand within 8 years, with an upside case of sales exceeding 1 billion as soon as 2023. That's very interesting. So they have high hopes for that. Sales for the Yeezy Adidas sneaker remained resilient. Pandemic did not seem to slow it down. It grew 31% to nearly 1.7 billion in annual revenue last year. Need I remind you that was the pandemic start, and netting Yeezy 190 million in royalties. So while a lot of things that Kanye has said and done has made people question his sanity, question a lot of things, these business moves leave, I mean, there's no question. Personally, his money and his business dealings, have been up and down. I thought, little did I know, he would take this kind of a turn. If you remember back in 2015, Kanye told BET he was 16 million in debt. A year later, he said he owed 53 million and asked Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, you remember, to invest in him. Does anybody remember this? By 2018, Yeezy was earning more than 100 million in royalties through the Adidas relationship. A turn for the better, definitely. Turn for the better. I mean, his biggest asset is his deal with Adidas. That's what's doing this for him. That's what's changed him from the rapper, producer, even on the high end, to a mogul of this sorts. Got to be outside of music. I was talking about Anita Baker yesterday. The money is outside of music. Money is outside of music. So that is consistent. The string of limited edition sneakers that Yeezy drops routinely sell out. Started working with Adidas in 2013 after some collaborations with Nike. Remember that. Though West owns it, Adidas currently operates his Yeezy Supply e-commerce site where the sneakers are released. They know how to do that. And it is amazing turn of events. I'm definitely happy for him, and salute to him with all of that. So we're going to definitely be focused on the launch of the Gap Yeezy collaboration. Kids, this is a different thing, but I think that it's going to be successful, and we're definitely going to be following the progress of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire, Diamond K in the morning. I will be back tomorrow for more news, more entertainment, more trending topics. Of course, we deliver the program daily. I keep saying that. Well, am I trying to increase my hours? Weekdays, goodness gracious, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. I do not want you to miss any of our live broadcasts. In addition to our 8 a.m. program, we drop content throughout the day as news happens. Hit that notification bell. Let us know that you are rocking with us. And I want you to get that alert whenever we go live. And as I said, it happens throughout the day. You can support the program, Diamond K in the morning, via Cash App. It's $ DJ Diamond K. And PayPal email address is djdiamondk@gmail.com, or you can visit radioonfire.com to make a donation, become part of our VIP Radio on Fire VIP club. You can do that radioonfire.com. Wherever you get your podcast, just search Diamond K in the morning and hit that subscribe button. Also, Diamond K in the morning available on the WRF Radio app. Simply download WRF Radio in your app store. Leave me a comment and all that good stuff. And also, if you are in Baltimore, going down 320, that is this Saturday, the Pretty Girls Love Trap Music Day Party at Sangria Patio Bar, 9 30 North Charles Street, 4 to 8 p.m. And for more info on that, you can text 443-314-8027. Shout out to our guest today, Mahogany Brown. Make sure you support her and all of her events. All my Baltimore folks, all my Atlanta folks, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. Diamond K in the morning. Thanks for tuning in. See you then.